Can we have a round of applause for Nicolas Cage? Because I love that dude. He's amazing. He has now confirmed that he's paid off his monumental debts. And I think he's got a child on the way as well. But yeah, crazy. He's paid off his debts. Massive. That's great. That is actually one of the key reasons why he has been doing literally every single film that is offered to him, no matter what it is. Because he was in serious debts. Huge debts. And I think the story is that he bought a Tyrannosaurus Rex skull that turned out he couldn't have. It was illegal, and it got taken from him. And then some like IRS situation as well. Like quite like shocking stuff, to be fair. Only Nicolas Cage would achieve that for sure. But anyway, he also comments on Disney under the promotion of The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which is a film which looks set to catapult him into just stardom again. I mean, he's a legend, right? He's an absolute legend. And it's good to have some good news. I know you all love a bitch and a rant, but this is good news. With some slight negativity thrown in there as well. But yeah, like, great news. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent looks great. But check this out. So it's been a long road back to prosperity for Nicolas Cage, which has literally been him doing everything. But the Academy Award-winning actor, which he is, and he's actually a really good actor, was once a leading man, banking $20 million a film. Which just goes to show how he just fell off the bandwagon. But after a series of financial downfalls following the death of his father, it caused him to lose his $150 million fortune, anno millions, in back payment for property taxes. Which is crazy. And you know what? Like, he seems like a pretty nice, normal dude. I mean, he's not normal, but he seems like a nice dude. So when you hear this, I know a lot of people who, you know, decry other people having money won't appreciate this sentiment. But it's a shame to hear, you know, normal people that, you know, see wealth and go, oh, I'd like to do that as well, rather than just decrying it and, you know, bitching and moaning because you hate yourself. Most normal people would be like, that's a shame, because he's a nice dude. It's a shame. He always seems like a nice dude. It's a shame that he lost $150 million. Of course it is. You know, it's a shame that he fell into obscurity. It's a shame for us, because he then just did indie films. And, you know, a lot of them are garbage. But then we had some absolutely fantastic films. Willy's Wonderland, great. Mandy, great. The Colour Out of Space, great. There has been some good from it. But, yeah, $150 million, shocking. So, in order to dig himself out of the hole, Cage obviously proceeded to make a series of small-budget, independent movies over the last decade that he used to pay off his debts and avoid bankruptcy. And after a long road of struggle, the actor has officially paid off his debts and is moving forward with his career. But he's got no plans, actually, which I think is great, to leave the indie scene. Yes, lad. Again, Nicolas Cage, the absolute boss. Love it. So in an interview with GQ magazine, Cage confirmed that he's officially finished paying off all of his debts a year and a half ago. Which is great. Honestly, really, really good. Now, Cage talked about just how bad of a hole he was in financially and what it took for him to come out of it, which is great that he sat there and actually revealed this. He says, I've got all these creditors in the IRS and I'm spending 20 grand a month trying to keep my mother out of a mental institution, and I can't. Cage said about his debts. It was just all happening at once. In 2014, Cage owed the IRS $6.3 million in property taxes, and that was a $14 million overall to his creditors. His big screen career had obviously just went. It just disappeared, because obviously, you know, flops happen. Flops specifically The Sorcerer's Apprentice and Ghost Rider. Spirit of Vengeance, and he was taking every acting role he could in order to get out of debt, which is, again, it speaks to his work ethic, because some people just wouldn't. Some of the roles that Cage took over the years include the critically acclaimed film Mandy, a film that featured Cage as a man looking for vengeance against a demonic hippie cult who murdered his girlfriend. Great film. Panos Cosmatos, good film. Other roles include Willy's Wonderland, film where Cage hunts down animatronic monsters without saying a single word in the film. Great film, reviewed it here on the channel. Amazing film, go watch it. And last year, Pig made headlines based on the bizarre trailer. I'd never watched the trailer, but the premise itself was a truffle hunter in Oregon wilderness, and his pig got kidnapped. And Pig is a beautiful film. Beautiful film. I've never watched the trailer. I've got no intention of watching the trailer. But I've heard that the trailer completely misrepresents the film. So go watch Pig if you haven't, because it's a beautiful film. But Cage insists that despite the roles he took, he never phoned in a performance on screen. I tell you what, I don't think he did, to be fair. Like, he seems to have given it his all. When I was doing 4 movies a year back to back, I still had to find something in them to be able to give it my all. They didn't work, all of them. Some of them were terrific, like Mandy, but some of them didn't work. But I never phoned it in. So if there was a misconception, it was that I was just doing it and not caring. I was caring. And I think you can see that in, the films. And I tell you what, it's nice that he's addressed it. I love fucking Bruce Willis. My God, that boy phones it in. Jesus. That's phoning it in. I don't think Cage has ever phoned it in. Cage went on to say that he plans to continue making indie films as he enjoys the process more than making big budget studio movies, citing studios like Disney leaving him in the dust when he was down financially. I enjoy making films like Pig and Leaving Las Vegas more than I enjoy making movies like National Treasure. When I talk about fair weather friends in Hollywood, I'm not talking about National Treasure producer Jerry Bruckheimer, I'm talking about Disney. They're like an ocean liner. Once they go in a certain direction, you've got to get a million tugboats to try to swivel it back around. Basically, they just said, no, we don't want anything to do with you anymore. And then he's done permanently, which is a shame. Not only would Cage discuss Disney, but he also talked about Hollywood in general and the idea that he's a madman. The Rock actor stated, the film, The Rock, the misconception that I'm crazy, which people seem to enjoy, the madman or whatever, to which I simply say, you can't survive 43 years in Hollywood or star in over 120 movies if you're crazy. You're not going to get bonded, they're not going to work with you. Cage would also reiterate his comments that acting, but also that moving forward, he's going to be much more selective in the roles he takes. I'm just going to focus on being extremely selective as I can be. I would like to make every movie as if it were my last. What a legend! My respect for this guy just consistently goes up. His latest project, called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, is an action comedy where Nicolas Cage stars as himself. So good. It looks so brilliant. It looks so good. I genuinely can't wait for that. I'm really happy. I'm happy for Nicolas Cage. I know some people won't be because they'll be like, he's billionaire, blah, or whatever. Cry me a river. I think it's nice. Nicolas Cage seems like a good dude to me. So, hey, cool. More than happy. And it's interesting that he comments on Disney. It's nice that he feels he has the star power. Although he doesn't have star power, but he also does, because he's got star power in people's minds, to be able to call out Disney directly. So let me know what you think down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Love to have you here more often. So hit that thumbs up button and share the video. Follow me over on Twitter and Instagram. Links are in the description box, along with my second channel, vlogs and cars. Thank you so much. Take care.